guys, it's Lizzie
and Rachel
from 7 and All, and today we're gonna share some of the craziness that's been going on in our life recently. That's kind of what we want this channel to be about, is just going through life, showing you some of the crazy stuff that happens, bringing you along. So today's topic is
the coronavirus, which the entire world is talking about.
So we are actually directly affected by the coronavirus. Now, don't be too worried, we didn't get sick or anything, but I'll just jump right in and let you know what's been going on so far. So, some of you guys already know, me and my husband, Joey, have been teaching in China. We just moved here about 6 months ago. Now, the way things worked out, it was kind of perfect because right before anyone got sick, all this coronavirus stuff started happening. Me and Joey had a break from school and we actually left China to visit our family,
This family,
like Rachel, in another country in Southeast Asia. So we're having a vacation, having lots of fun, doing all kinds of stuff.
and then we start reading the news every day.
And we find out that there's a big coronavirus going around.
And it started off with a couple hundred. First starting, there's a couple hundred cases in Wuhan, and then there's a couple hundred more, and then it's like 1,000, and then it's jumping by about 2,000 cases every day. And all of us family here is asking Lizzie and Joey, like, what are you guys gonna do? Are you gonna go back? We keep hearing different cities are being shut down, buses and airports. What's gonna happen?
So honestly, I was under the impression all this time that honestly everyone's going crazy, but it's not that bad. We're definitely not changing our tickets. We're gonna go back just like how we planned. But as things got worse and worse and worse, Joey especially started getting, and my mom started getting a lot more like, Lizzie, I don't really think this is a good idea. And I was like, oh no, it's fine. But then eventually things got bad enough, I think, for me to concede and say, okay, let's cancel our tickets. It was after the World Health Organization said it was a level 4, which is the highest level of how bad it can be.
And the U.S. State Department issued, on the very day they were supposed to leave, actually, the U.S. State Department issued the level 4, Americans do not travel to the entire nation of China. So then we're like,
yeah.
Oh no.
So those things
this is coming from our government.
Finally kind of like made me realize, okay, we should probably not come back. And our school said that we're not going to open for the next 2 weeks, so 2 weeks more of break. For sure.
And possibly longer, but
yeah,
nobody knows.
So we don't know. So I am very thankful to be here with the family during this time because it's a pretty uncertain time, and I have a place to stay, I have connections, I have food. Everything here seems really okay so far. Our family,
our country does have a couple cases, I think less than 10 cases so far of coronavirus, so still pretty low. But people are kind of on extra guard, so we have actually gone out. And, you just never know if people are going to panic or what's going to be available. So we went out and we did stock up on all like staple food supplies, stocked up on vitamin C and acetaminophen and some basic medicines and some face masks. I do have a 2-month-old at home, so I'm a little extra on guard about going out or being with anyone who's been traveling recently, because my kids are in the age demographic that you really don't want to get this virus. And my husband teaches at a school, and their school has instituted rules if anybody traveled to China during the holiday that they aren't to come to school for an extra 14 days. Everybody's using hand sanitizer in every classroom. There's a shortage of hand sanitizer to supply schools with. So even being outside of China, it's still having some effect, but of course much less effect that it has on people who are in China or live in China.
Right.
So now you guys have some problems because you packed for a 2-week trip.
Yes.
And don't have a lot of clothes and don't have a lot of stuff.
Yeah, and I packed actually even more light than normal. So the good news is I have a big family over here, and a lot of them have this similar size clothes as me. So my sisters are wondering when they're getting a couple articles of clothing back, and I don't know the answer to that.
You borrowed some of Mom's shoes this week.
Yes, I did. So this is literally the best place for us to be stranded. I'm super thankful. Our school is going to have us do some online teaching, and I'm happy about that because I know that for my kids, they need to be doing something educational. So,
but she also didn't bring her computer, so
yes,
now she needs to borrow a computer.
I'm playing it by ear, trying to see what's going to happen. We have no idea when we're going to go back. Our school has said they're considering starting March 2nd, but they'll let us know.
I think a lot depends on when all the governments start allowing plane travel in and out of China again, and when the governments start saying, oh yes, our citizens can go back to China. So
right now I have a colleague who's stuck in Hong Kong. She's trying to not go to China. She's trying to leave, get to a safer place. But no foreigners are being allowed on
into lots of countries.
Planes, on certain airlines in certain countries. So the last message I saw from her, she is stuck in the Hong Kong airport, which I feel really, that's a big thing that I'm scared of.
So a big concern right now, since we're not very close to the epicenter of the outbreak or anything, but a big concern is not so much the disease, but the panic and the infrastructure results that occur because so many airlines are closing down flights, so many countries are not allowing travel between China, in and out of China if you are a foreign national. So for you, there wasn't so much concern. The disease isn't really concentrated in your city, but even if you were to go back, there is a chance that nobody would let you come out again.
Exactly, and that's a big concern. Being in China is a little bit difficult on a good day for foreigners that don't speak Mandarin, and being there when transportation is being shut down, grocery stores are running out of food, there's pandemonium in the streets. It didn't sound like a great place for us to go, even though it wasn't even so much the virus at first that was making us scared. So,
which this is all really sad. It's really sad how much it's affecting China. I think our family really has a heart for China. I used to live in China as well before, and I used to work there, and now she works there. She wants to go back to work.
Yeah, we want to go home.
She wants
to see our students. We want to, get back. All my students have big tests coming up that are really important, so we have to do review. It really throws a wrench into a lot of things we have going on. One thing I'm super disappointed about is I was going to take a group of students, about 20 students, on an airplane field trip to Chengdu so that they could have a competition, and that was one of the very first things that got canceled. So the entire competition, because of the virus, has been canceled as far as going somewhere. They might have an online version, so that's a bummer.
No more pandas.
Right, no more pandas. We don't get to see the pandas. So
yeah, there's a lot at stake. This is really impacting a lot of lives, putting a lot of things into upheaval. So we're just and nobody knows what's going to happen, if it's going to keep spreading or if they're really going to get it down. So we're really hoping that all these kind of lockdowns and anti-travel measures that have been put in place will help. It's going to take a team effort from around the world, really, for people to stay home, not travel, give the disease time to take its course, and stop infecting other people, that type of thing. So we really hope all these measures will slow the spread, that things can just return to normal. That is our greatest hope. We want to be able to freely travel again and see
get
you
back
go
to
home,
work, get back to school.
See you go home to China. So hopefully this will start getting better soon, but right now it has just been getting worse and worse.
Yeah.
So sad.
In general, wash your hands with soap. Don't touch your eyes. Don't touch your mouth.
Don't sneeze on people.
Don't sneeze on people. And take all the precautions. If you are a teacher who is stuck outside of China, or you're stuck in China, or anything, I'm sure you're going through stuff too. And my heart goes out to you, and I want to know, what are you doing? What is your school doing? What is your experience right now? I like to live life together. So share in the comments if you are affected in some way, or if you have relatives that are affected. It's a
very uncertain time.
Uncertain time, yes.
All right. Talk to you next time.
Bye.